Hey everyone, it's Charlie Morgan and welcome to another video. So today I've got another client interview for you. I'm going to be talking to Leon Reyes, a client of ours who's been with us for a while, and since he started working with us, he has scaled to $25,000 per month. He started at $15,000 per month, so he's added $10,000. Now, Leon is 19 years old, so he's doing really well for his age, but he's in the e-commerce space. And he came to us and he said, Charlie, I can't get high ticket clients. Okay, and after 3 months of working with us, he's been able to sign 3 clients, usually around the value of about $3,000 to $4,000 per month. Okay, this is a big problem for a lot of e-com agencies, is they don't know how to get clients, let alone get the right sorts of clients. So we solved this problem for Leon, and this video is basically me interviewing him and just talking a bit about the program and sort of exploring how he's been able to achieve what he has achieved. He's great, we love him to bits, and he's done really well. Now, a couple of points before we start the video, because I forgot to actually say them at the end of the interview. If you like this video, you can press subscribe. Also, if you like the video, then YouTube's algorithm will show you more videos that have affinity to this, which might be helpful for you. Coming into this year, being the start of 2022, if you guys want to see any future content, you just drop a comment as to what you'd like to see and I'll see if I can make a video on it. 2 links will be in the description. The first link will take you through to a funnel that will explain how you can also get similar results to Leon in your agency, and it will take you through to a call where you can book a call with someone to talk about how we could help you. It's no there's no webinar or case study or any of that bullshit. It's a very straightforward process. There's a page of me talking about what we do. If you like what you see, you can book a call to talk to us. If you don't like what you see, you don't have to. There's no stress. There will also be a link to our Facebook group. We're starting a club called the Imperium Marketing Agency Club, where we have a bunch of our best clients in there, and we also share other content that might be useful for you to grow your agency. So feel free to book a call or check out that group as well. Ideally do both. What we find is that a lot of the clients that we interview that you might have watched on this channel actually went through and did the exact same thing, and they've now got a better results. So that's everything from me. I'm going to cut the clip in where I start interviewing Leon, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Right then, hey everyone, it's Charlie Morgan here and welcome to another video, yet another client interview here with Leon. And Leon started with us best part of just over 4 months ago, but I think you've been applying the strategies properly for about 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, Leon. So before we sort of hop into the interview and talk about the program, Leon, why don't you just take a second to introduce who you are, where you're from, what your agency does, and who you work with?
For sure. Pleasure to be here and do this interview. So yeah, my name is Leon Reyes. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Sweden. I'm based in Sweden, and I've been running my agency since I was 16, and I've been running it while in high school. And in June this year, I finished high school and decided to go full time on my agency. So yeah, I hopped on the course, and it was I think it was actually I started working with the content in July, and I was doing 15K in July, I remember. And then applying the strategies because my problem basically was that I couldn't get any clients. I had great fulfillment, and then my problem was that I was really bad at outreach, and I wanted to learn the outreach strategies you've been using for your agency. So I used those, and in 3 months I managed to get 3 or 4 clients. I don't quite remember exactly, and then I jumped from 15 to 25K in revenue. Yeah, we're still doing 25K, so it's recurring.
Yeah, that's cool. So the clients that you were looking for, because you're in the e-commerce space, right? Yeah, because the clients that you wanted were sort of slightly higher ticket clients than typical thousands a month retainers, right? So the clients that you signed working with us are paying you what, anywhere between like 3 to 4 grand a month then?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. And you've retained
2 to 4 grand.
Wow. And you've retained them for all that time as well. That's awesome. That's good. So let's sort of start, because I want to sort of explore your story, because obviously, as you mentioned, you're 19 years old. You started this quite a few years ago. Why did you get into the agency space in the first place, and why did you want to start your business?
The reason I got into the agency space was because I thought it was a pretty not easy but simple business model that you didn't need any cash for. You don't need any cash up front to start the actual business. You just need your time.
Yeah.
and invest it properly in providing, services for your clients.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I thought that this should be the first. I've tried different business models before, but I got interested in this business model because I thought it was a good fit for me, because I didn't have much cash at the time.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And so you built it and you grew it organically with good service delivery and good fulfillment.
Yeah.
Then you hit this bottleneck of appointment booking. Why do you think you were struggling with appointment booking? Knowing what you know now from the program and having applied that to, add the extra 10 grand in monthly revenue, what do you think is different in terms of your knowledge and your experiences with appointment booking? What's changed?
I would say that the strategies you're using and that you're showing in the course, I didn't know about them at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand. I couldn't get my head wrapped around that you could send so many emails or emails to people like in a day, and that you can have that volume without putting that much time in it. The proper systems to do that. It really was changing the way I thought about outreach, because I thought I could make like 3, 4, 5 high quality outreaches or emails per day, and I would do them myself. I didn't know how to outsource that or how to increase the volume or anything like that, and how to find the right quality of the leads as well.
And so now all
really
of your
changed it.
systems to get clients, they're automated, right? Using the program,
Yeah.
you just basically know. Because I'm right in thinking that you came on board and you were like, Charlie, I'm doing 15 grand a month. I really want to make 25 grand a month. And then you took about 3 months to do that. So right now you've sort of paused your outreach to sort of focus on the current clients you've got, right?
Exactly. Because then it was Q4 was coming, and it's a very big we have to focus a lot on fulfillment. We can't do that much outreach. So I paused the outreach, and now we're beginning again in January. So
that's great.
Yeah,
sure.
for that.
Do you think you'll use the same systems again to rebook appointments and start automating?
We're gonna. I have some learnings from how we did it last year. I'm gonna trim it a bit, because my problem was that I didn't have enough quality on the leads. High enough quality. Now I'm gonna have a way to fix that, so I'm gonna implement it and make it better.
Perfect. That's amazing, man. So the clients that you've got, the smaller collection of high ticket clients, are they in a specific niche, or does it really depend on? Is it all just e-commerce as a whole?
It's e-commerce as a whole. Or no, I would say e-commerce beauty mostly.
Okay. Is that something that you like when you were starting your agency, where you were like, yeah, I want to work with e-com beauty clients, or did that sort of just develop naturally as you signed?
No. Like when I started the agency, I worked with everyone. I would say mostly e-commerce though, and then I understood that e-commerce is the best space for me, because I like to work with these clients, and I provide the best results for them, and it's pretty scalable.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So with the program, so you've been with us for a while now.
Yeah.
I know you've been through the appointment setting modules to book those appointments. Have you been through any of the other modules? Because I know we've seen you on a few coaching calls here and there. We've seen you in the Facebook group every now and then, but you've been a silent sort of client for a while. So have you been through anything else, or was it just the appointment setting?
No, like the thing was when I started with the course, I just knew that I need to learn how to do outreach. That was the main pain point for me. So I went through all the modules about outreach and how to automate that, and then I just stopped there, and then I implement all those things and executed. Now I haven't actually watching the course for the last, I would say, 2 months.
Yeah, sure.
And
we find that's quite a common thing as well, because I know you've probably been through a few courses before, one that we have, and they don't even come close to solving the problem. We find this is quite common, where people are like, yeah, I just need appointments and that's it. And we're like, okay, we'll go through this and you'll have that. And then the rest of the course may not apply to them. But obviously, like as you scale, you might want to find a sales rep or something. So what's on your sort of timeline here? So if you look at the next 6 to 12 months in the agency, what's your next goal?
My next goal, my goal from June 2021 to June 2022 is to make what is it? It's 450K USD.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the goal for the agency.
It's amazing, man. And what do you think you'll do beyond that? Will you start your own brand, or do you think you'll just sort of keep scaling the agency? Because I know that's quite a
Uh,
common theme for people, is to go into their own brand, which is quite cool.
yeah. I'm interested in creating my own brand, but I'm not stressing it though. Like, I like to run an agency. I'm not stressing it, so I will find a great product, and then I will probably start my own brand. But
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense,
not
man.
stressing that.
Gotcha. So one question I wanted to sort of explore here, if you if you didn't buy the program, because I remember I think you reached out to me on LinkedIn, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, and you were like, "Hey, I've got this problem." Did you come through YouTube, like the really early days in YouTube, or was it through? Did you just come across like because I can't remember, to be honest. Was it a referral or something?
No, no. The thing was, I think I just searched LinkedIn for people
Mm,
that work with this, with outreach and stuff like that.
okay.
And then I saw your profile, helping agency owners with outreach, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This guy
Yeah.
looks, he's got a lot of reviews and case studies and stuff like that. So go ahead and message you. You sent me one message back, and then we booked the call.
Yeah, I
And
remember it. You're definitely a man of action, and now you're one of our case studies. So
yeah,
it's funny how the cycle works. So
yeah,
if you didn't send us that message and reach
yeah.
out, do you think you'd still be where you were before, or do you think you would have been able to solve the problem on your own?
I definitely do not think I would have solved the problem on my own. I think that in this state, I need help from someone.
Okay.
So I'm glad I found you guys. And the thing I just want to say about the Imperium course is that it feels to me more like a playbook, I would say.
Mm,
So when I
mm,
go into the course, it doesn't feel like I have so many solutions to different problems that I can encounter in the agency space.
mm.
So that's what I think, because what I'm planning on doing now is just go into the course, scroll through all the modules and see, okay, what problems, what solutions can I find here to my current problems.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good point, because we're trying to sort of construct the business so that we don't sell a course, but
Yeah,
instead we sell a sort of collection of systems that you can
exactly.
apply. And so, like, as you're aware, in there we've got so like if, for example, like we look at an agency and we think an agency is really it's like a pipe, right? And
Yeah,
you've got throughput through the pipe, which is like starts from sourcing leads to closing clients and delivering results. And like what we find is that through this pipe, you have different segments in different parts of the business. It could be lead sourcing, it could be appointment booking, it could be sales, it could be objection handling, it could be anything. And like what we've observed is that sometimes if you just get someone appointments, it will help them scale to a certain point, but then something else in the pipe will clog up and there'll be another bottleneck.
yeah,
And so what we're trying to do with the program is to basically have it so that any problem that you encounter, or any bottleneck that basically presents itself in your business, you can go in and you've got, like you said, like a playbook to basically say, okay, here's how I think about this problem.
yeah,
For example, like what we found now, for the past few people that I interviewed, and I'm sure this will happen to you as well, is you end up with too many clients. And now
yeah,
you're like, okay, now I need to start thinking about building a team, or I need to start thinking about outsourcing this, or I need to start thinking about
yeah.
this. And so we've got modules. We try and predict problems that you don't know you're going to have yet, and that's been really useful. Is there anything else about the program or your experience working with us that you found to be helpful for the sake of my feedback, but just for everybody else listening as well? Was there anything else other than just the outreach stuff?
I would say that the systems you've done,
Hmm.
like the documents and stuff, they're really, really good. I
Oh, you
mean,
mean like the
like
SOPs?
the SOPs, yeah, they're really, really good. Because when I started because first I did the outreach with the strategies you're using
Hmm.
myself,
Hmm.
and then after like 1 month when doing it really consistently, I I would say 1.5 month, I outsourced it
Hmm.
to VA, and it was so freaking easy,
Hmm. Hmm.
because all the SOPs were there. I just had to like send it all over in a nice way to the VA, and
Hmm.
then they were completely onboarded and like did it like a pro. So
Yeah.
so that was a really good thing, and I really like all of your SOPs. Like they're
Yeah. I appreciate
so thorough.
Yeah. took a damn long time to put together.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can
But
imagine.
it's really been worth it because a lot of the biggest mistake people make with their outreach is they try and outsource too soon. And like the problem is that you pay a virtual assistant to execute a task. You don't pay them to think critically about how to do the task. But people think that, okay, I'll just give appointments that a virtual assistant will handle that, and I'll just pay them $5 an hour. It's like that's not, like, everyone has tried that and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you need to have that sort of proven process and a collection of systems. And we have this in the program, as you're familiar with, where like we have the VA onboarding module, where it basically contains like SOPs for like, okay, how do we record the loons? How do we send them? How do we follow up on them? And it's all very sort of thorough. So I appreciate that. And it's and I think we've also had quite a lot of back and forth chat as well, I think, over the course of the past few months as well, because we're quite keen on checking in and everything like that. So if you were to say, so let's say you're watching this and you're someone in the e-com space, you've started maybe like a couple months ago or a year ago, and you've got a client or two, but you're still struggling to grow, you can't figure out the appointment thing. What would your advice be to that person watching?
Join.
That's the angle I was going for.
But the thing is like, I would, it's really important for e-com, because I see a lot of e-commerce owners, e-commerce agency owners, they really suck at outreach because they're super reliant on referrals. And I see it all the time.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of like people, agency owners that are working with brick and mortar. They're very, I think they're a lot better than, for example, e-commerce agency owners. Don't know why, but I would really focus on getting something, a scalable outreach system. Because I think e-com agency owners' strength is that they have good fulfillment. Most of them have good fulfillment. Because it's so competitive out there, especially in this niche. So I would say that getting a scalable outreach system is extremely important. And
what do you think is the main thing that you've learned working with us over the past few months? I know it's quite difficult to, I don't want to put you on the spot, but like if you were to think like one or two things that's really stood out to you that you think, okay, if knowing that has really helped me. It could be anything from like the offer part or the loom automation part. What would you isolate as the key thing?
I would say that I would actually say the offer, because that was something I had an offer, but I didn't really think about it that way that you did it. So when I went through the offer module, it was like I had to rethink like what am I actually offering the clients, and I think that was an eye-opener because it's so basic. But when you think about it and you really put time into like crafting what's your agency offer, then it becomes so much easier to sell, because you know immediately when you go into a sales call that this is what I'm going to offer, and this is what I'm going to deliver to the client, and when you have that confidence on the sales call, it's going to be so much easier to close.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing that we try and fix. Is people come on and they're just their idea of what an offer should be is just so sort of backwards, and we have to sort of flip that on its head basically. And so okay, so you're looking to get from June 2021 to June 2022. Your goal is to hit, I think you said $450,000. Do you think, apart from that quality thing that you talked about earlier, and then what you're going to do to improve lead quality, do you think that you've got everything you need to get there?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll have to do another interview in 6 months then.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's amazing. Okay, well, brilliant. I think we can wrap it up there, man. Just wanted to sort of keep it relatively short and sweet. As you've mentioned, obviously, so the sort of long story short is, you were struggling, you're not struggling anymore, you've got the systems you need to go even further than you've got. And the main thing is just getting like someone to just tell you exactly what to do and figure it out. So yeah, we can leave it there, man, unless there's anything else you wanted to add on top of what we talked about, or we can probably call it a day.
yeah, it was a good interview. Happy to be here with you.
No, I'm really glad to have you, man. I'll talk to you soon, and this one will be on the YouTube channel as well. So say hi.
Awesome.
You've got to tell everyone to subscribe real quick.
Yeah, subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, but everyone, that's so yeah, that's the interview with Leon. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Leon, we're probably going to have him back on the channel, like I said, in 6 months or so when he's grown even further than he has. But if you enjoyed this content, you can subscribe, like the video if you liked it. Trains the algorithm to show you other useful videos you might like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.